All right, aloha and welcome everyone. I'm Jason Donaldson from Jason Donaldson Healer, and I do this call once a month, the first Monday of every month, to help us connect and stay unified in creating the new earth and the version that we would most desire from our hearts. Because it's my belief that there's many different timelines, potentials, and possibilities that are available to us, and none of them any better than the others. But what's preferred? What do we want to experience? And often that comes through as, even though we all have our individual realities and how we perceive reality, often there's a common movement and direction that we can all resonate with. And most of it's common sense, because a lot of what's going on the planet is a reversal of everything that was organic for human beings, where at some point we decided we wanted to have this experiment of how far can we take the ego? How far can we separate and seemingly control and dominate things that are really just a part of us? And it kind of went so far as to where it started deteriorating our health. It starts to deteriorate the planet and the connection and the animals. And ultimately, nature and the planet's going to win. And that's the opportunity we have now, is like to course correct and be like, oh, wait, okay, I see where this isn't healthy for my environment. I see where this isn't healthy for the people in my community. I see where this isn't healthy for my body. And really, that's the first layer I see in any spiritual awakening, is we have an experience, we have a moment of epiphany or insight, and it's like, wow, how am I taking care of my body? What am I putting into it? What am I watching? What am I speaking? And that's what I'm feeling already is coming through with the meditation, is working with the physical body. Actually, the five elements is, so the physical body, we're representing the earth, and then we get into the air, which would be the mental body, fire, which I consider more like passion and action, and then also the water with the emotion. And then the ether, of course, is all things and the energy that makes this possible. And it's kind of like the water in which the fish swims in, where we're surrounded in, kind of like this canvas, this container where we get to have this experience. And brings me to the next phase, is the themes that came through right before this call were time, illusions, and confrontation. And so with all three of those, we have a field of experience that we can descend into, where time is an illusion. Time is just representative of a way to have an experience, to visualize, to want to manifest something, and then to allow the steps to have that happen, often not always from our ego perspective of what we wanted and visualized, but it'll come through from the higher self, or more accurately, the subconscious mind. And so part of the meditation today is going to be working with that too, the visualization. And everything I do with people, I'm teaching. So the experiential exercises with meditation, or the breath work I do, or even the tarot card readings, in the reading, in the experience, I'm teaching like tools and techniques that I've learned over the years, where I call myself a galactic shaman, because that's the best way to describe what I do. I'm not taught in a traditional like cultural perspective of shamanism. I had that in other lifetimes, and I've seen some of those lifetimes. But what I'm bringing is multiple modalities with breath work, energy work, the SECChem healings I do, the training I've had with marriage and family therapy to get a master's in that, and also just my own studying and my own processing of emotion and things that I've found have been helpful. And I've had many, many great teachers, and I've been blessed with the ability to manifest information. And so I like to share that with everyone as much as possible, because it's self-serving. The more I help you guys, the more I reveal the things that help me, the more it helps us all, because you are just a reflection of me. So everyone here, thank you for being here, and thank you for taking this time to explore and be open to different ways of being, because I'm sure you already have your own techniques and practices and things you do, and the ability to be open and adaptive to expanding on those or experiencing new things is really powerful. And that's what the illusions get into. And I see that as the major stumbling block, that while we're in this experience of experiencing time, the thoughts and ideas and beliefs that we hold on to are the illusions that allow that creation to happen, but also to limit and minimize the creation. And that's what's coming up in the collective now, as you'll see all this confrontation, all this arguing, all this fighting. And I looked up what confrontation means and Google, in the dictionary, and it's like arguments between opposing parties. And that's literally in the politics. There's opposing parties. or really only two, because that's what always gets focused on because of the level of, I'll just say manipulation, that you can't choose these other things because it needs to be these two. And so that's the same that happens inside of us whenever we try to focus on something and make it wrong or bad. It actually splits us into two different opposing opinions or beliefs. And the more we try to support one and fight to keep that the right one, actually supporting them both. So we're creating this split in our consciousness where it's actually more of the middle. Like, where do we come into the neutral witness consciousness and connecting to the love that doesn't allow us to even judge those things anymore? And then we see, oh, wait, a new way, a new path, a new leader, and often a new reality comes forth, because this is what happened to get into the galactic information on Orion. If you see the Star Wars movies, there was just thousands of years of war and oppression, and they're masters at manipulation and control. It was said that even when somebody died in that solar system, they would reincarnate immediately. They couldn't leave. And so this played out, and they realized that it wasn't about fighting or resisting or even supporting the thing that was against the other thing, but it was finding the neutrality and finding the balance. And so they had a Christ-like figure come into that reality, similar to what we had here with Jesus and Buddha and the others, where they found the middle path, and they found that it was love. And that's what we want to work with today on our emotions too, that whatever comes up for us in the body, in the emotions, that we meet it with love, even though there's going to be a part of us that's going to judge it. What is this? What's going on? And then other parts like, where did it come from? How do I fix this? And so the invitation is to let all that go, even though it's happening. And I'll work with you on that with the meditation, because we can't just let it go by willing the mind to get rid of the thoughts, because we can't really use thoughts to push on other thoughts. It's like what we're going for is our innate health would be like a cork in the water floating. And what happens is we have these thoughts coming in, like this confrontation, this illusion that pushes down on it. And these are thoughts of ego and judgment and things that are make it possible to have this experience. And what it does is it pushes down on the infinite possibilities of our being. And so to put more thought on top of that is just going to push it down. Like positive affirmations and things like that is just kind of like putting more on top of it. So what we're going for is just letting go of everything, just noticing, being the witness, and allowing the innate health to float up to the surface. And then you get divine thoughts, and then that opens and expands the reality around you so that you see more and experience more. And that's really the essence of elevating our consciousness. And let me just tune in what else is coming through to share in this moment. And I'm going to call in Sekhmet. Sekhmet's already here, but I want to acknowledge her and her presence. And she's the fierce protector and guardian, and also the great healer, and inviting in the dragon races and granting us protection and shielding from forces, people, and beings that may be in an energy of confrontation, confusion, or desire to control in order to feel safe. And I invite everyone in this moment, just take a breath, breathe into your heart, release with ha. And next breath in, breathing into the feet, feeling the energy, the grounded connection to the earth, letting go with that ha. And so right now I'm just feeling some mental energy. And this is often be like when we're walking around, we may feel a little imbalanced, maybe hard to feel centered. And so really the easiest thing to do with that is just to breathe and focus on the heart or the feet. So anytime we feel like our mind is racing or that there's confusion, we want to come to that breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really feeling the feet, that grounded connection. And I know those of you in Hawaii, you're very comfortable with going barefoot, walking around and getting outside and really feeling that connection to nature. And so anybody that's watching, that's our innate human connection to the earth and how it was done so long ago and shall be reclaimed now. A lot of the shoes we wear and the things are insulated and keep us from feeling that grounded connection to the earth, to the energy. And so right now, if you've experienced barefoot walking, just think of that energy what it feels like to have your feet in the grass or on the lava or in the dirt. And breathing that energy, letting go with ha. And so we're just going to move into the meditation from this point. I may share some more later. And go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. If you want to stay seated or if you want to lie down, just allow whatever you feel in this moment to guide you. So as you settle in, always the breath is breathing, always the energy is flowing, always a movement. Just tune into that movement. Now with each inhale, the body slightly expands. With each exhale, the ability to release and let go, using that ha sound to help relax the belly, to drop down into the feet. Just allowing everything to slow down, noticing maybe some more thoughts, maybe some restlessness. Again, just come back to that breath. Come back. Always in every now moment, there's the breath. Always in every now moment, you're breathing. And always in every now moment, there's the gateway to the heart. So as you breathe, you're breathing in this oxygen, this air, this substance that blends and mixes in the heart with the blood. And this gets pumped out through the body. So as we increase this airflow, this increases the oxygen, this increases the blood flow. So at a physiological level, at the earth element level, we are breathing in an energy and essence into the physical form, strengthening the physical form. You feel that energy flowing all through the body. Perhaps you can feel the heart beating. Perhaps you can feel the blood pumping. Perhaps you can feel some heat in your body that's created from this process. Maybe some coldness as a release. Notice also there's some sensations. There might be some tightness, maybe an awareness of a tingling in the body somewhere, maybe a slight pain, something drawing your attention. And we want to lovingly acknowledge that in this moment. Just breathe, notice where that is. And you can touch that space lovingly, or just use the power of your consciousness to breathe right over to that area. And then just let go with that ha. Notice the mind may be offering a reason why it's there, what happened, or need to know what happened, or to get rid of it. But just notice all that and come to the breath. And I invite you to let go of knowing anything about what that means. Let go of the illusion of what created it, or what it could mean, what it's trying to tell you, and just breathe. Just come back to that breath, come back to the awareness in that area. Let go. Still feeling your feet, feeling your toes, always rooted and grounded in every moment. Always you are embodied on this earth plane. You can feel this with the force of gravity. The embrace of the Divine Mother, always holding you, always inviting you to just let go. Continue to just notice that space, or maybe it moves to another area. Just lovingly acknowledge that with the breath. And as you do so, allow your body to relax a little more, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the muscles around the eyes. And connecting with that belly breath again. So as we breathe in, the belly expands. We exhale out through the mouth. We allow just a release. No need to push everything out or force. Just a gentle release. It may feel a little tight or tense, and that's fine. We want to just acknowledge that and then breathe again, going right up to where that tension is, not trying to force or stretch or blast it open. And then just let go. Help increase this focus on the tailbone as you breathe down into the belly, allowing that expansion, and then up to the chest just a little, keeping the shoulders relaxed, and then letting go. And notice if there's any emotion that comes up in this moment. We want to acknowledge the water, the emotions, the flow of energy that really gives us our power and ability to create and manifest this emotion. So it was explained recently in an analogy of a dog. Like people talk about their emotions and being with their emotions, and they've felt these things and they've already done this work with their emotions. And yet, when those emotions show up, it's like we slam the door on it. We want to try to fix it. We want to try to manage it. We want to try to run away from it. Like it was a dog, like we're around dogs our whole life. But are we really petting the dog? Are we really there with the dog? Or are we just like, oh my God, there's a dog, and we slam the door? Oh my God, there's a dog, and we cross the street. And so now in this moment, be curious about that emotion as if it was a dog, as if it was a dog you're not sure about. Maybe it's scared, maybe it's a little angry. And just stand in that awareness and breathe, take a breath, and be the witness, be the awareness of that emotion. And let go with that ha. And just notice what happens as you just witness the emotion from that place of the stable, grounded connection with your breath, with the earth, allowing that emotion to be as it is. And maybe some tears start to come, maybe some twitching in the body. And just allow that as well, using that breath, using that focus. At any moment, you can just let go, you can surrender. And the breath is always there to meet you again. There'll be thoughts, there'll be judgments, there may be stories and memories, but come back to the breath. So we give power to what we want to manifest, to what sustains us and supports us. In this moment, that is the breath, where we're not needing to move, we're not needing to do anything. We're just being with the breath, and we're noticing what that breath is leading us to, the energies, the emotions, the thoughts. As we notice this emotion, maybe you get a vision, maybe some insights come to you. And just stay with the breath and be that witness of that as well. There's a tendency for us to get excited, like, oh, that's it, right? I got it. But again, this is what sustains and continues the emotion. Just allow it to flow, allow the release, allow the letting go. As you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, I'm going to move the energy to the heart. The best way I know to do that is to put a smile on your face. Even if it feels a little fake or forced at first, breathe in that smile, focus on the heart, and then let go. And come back to the breath. Sometimes there's a tendency to want to hold the breath, but allow that expansion. Allow a deeper connection to that emotion, to that water, to that flow. Let go. As you continue with this breath, we're going to move to the element of air. This is the mind, the vision, the ability to hold a vision, that vision which impacts the creation of the physical body, the manifestation of the things around us. And when guided from the heart, and we hold these visions in mind, our world starts to transform. So in this moment, we're here on a new moon in Virgo, and Virgo can get in their head. They can want things a certain way and they want it to be perfect. And they're also really good at whatever they do, for they have the vision, they have the ability, they have the skill. We call on that energy of Virgo to create this vision of our future. So I invite you now in this moment to see yourself standing tall and strong, taking a breath in, bringing the shoulders back a little, arching the back, feeling that posture change in your inner vision as well as you breathe in that energy, feeling yourself standing tall and strong, and notice what's in your surroundings. And to help with this, you can actually put your hands on your hips and breathe in and expand. And you can do this in the mind's eye or physically, feeling that like superhero posture as you breathe in, standing tall and strong, that you are solid, you are stable, you are grounded, you are healed, whole, and complete. And maybe in the world around you, things are spinning out, people are upset. Maybe you're in a beautiful meadow, maybe you're by the ocean. Just notice how you can be who you are. You can be in this strength and this power with each breath, despite the environment, the situation, the person, the beautiful scene of nature, or the seemingly destruction of it. That with each breath, you are claiming your space, your power. Notice what that brings up for you, any thoughts, ideas, concepts, and then just let it go out through the breath. When I lovingly acknowledge those thoughts that keep us protected and safe. And then coming back to the breath. And as you stand in this strength and this power, a small child runs up to you. They're excited. Something just happened in their life that they're happy about. They're excited. They're wanting to experience more of. Something they saw, something they heard, maybe something they're showing you. So if this is a little difficult to see, just come back to the breath again. Remember that childlike energy, the children you've seen around you recently. See that excitement they have when they're playing and they're happy and they forget to worry about all the adult concerns. And notice what they're holding something in their hand, showing it to you. It's maybe an item, maybe like a word, maybe a light, or maybe you're just feeling it from them. What is it they're excited about? What is it that's lighting them up? What is that fiery passion they feel? The reason they incarnated? For as children, we remembered it very clearly. Before we were told, you can't be that, you can't do this. How are you going to earn a living? How are you going to make that happen? And so using this Virgo new moon energy, the Virgo knows how to make it happen. And so we want to invite this energy of what you wanted as a child, what lit you up, what excited you. The more ridiculous, the better. Maybe it was to be a mermaid. Maybe it was to be a superhero, a doctor, fireman, whatever that was, really just connect with that energy. And again, it's not about the illusion. It's not about the word or the item or the role or the career, but it's that energy. It's that passion. That's fire. I invite you to breathe that out into your belly, up into your solar plexus, just above the belly. And let go with ha, really embodying this energy, the passion, the excitement. Next inhale, breathe that in, and then allow it to shoot out into the feet, into the ground where you are here now in this moment. If there's any sadness, welcome that as well. Breathe with that sadness. Use that ha to release and let go, to acknowledge that it's okay to feel sad sometimes. Take another breath, breathing bigger than the sadness, lovingly acknowledging it, that part of you, that you are there for them, that you hear them, that you support them, that you've always had their back. Call on the power of the mind in this moment to show you all the times you've overcome the things that were challenging, that you didn't think you would make it through, that led you to where you are today, how strong you truly are. Remembering that vision of you standing tall and strong, and I invite you to breathe into that again and really feel that strength that you have, how powerful you are, how loving and supportive you are, and how you can use this energy now to really love and support yourself, to be selfish, to put yourself first. And I'm speaking of your higher self, then all the parts, the childlike parts of you, your body, the emotions. And whenever any of this shows up, you're just going to breathe and love them and accept them as they are. For as you do this, as you take this time, whether it's a minute or 5 minutes or an hour, to just breathe and be with it, it's going to transform your body, your life, your reality. And it's the greatest gift you can give the planet and the ones you love that are close to you, where you become like an acupuncture point, standing tall and strong, the energy flows to you, shifting, transforming, and supporting the highest outcome of ascension on this planet. For that is why you came. And this energy, this childlike energy, is but the spark to lead you on that adventure. You don't need to know how it's all going to look for the final outcome, for that would ruin the movie, that would ruin the adventure, the journey. But perhaps in this moment, you feel an inspiration or remembering an awareness of, oh yeah, I always liked doing that. So I invite you to find what that is, the element of ether where all things are, all potentials and possibilities are available from the energy of all things. What this is that you would like to experience, what you would like to move towards in your life. So it's time for us to come back First, lovingly acknowledge the child that you see in front of you in however form you like, whether it's a bow or a hug, some words of support and encouragement for them and their journey. And as they turn and run, gleefully, excitedly, joyfully, running back to where their joy and their bliss and their excitement is. Feel that potential, that possibility, that reality, that timeline that they're on, that you're now connected with too. That child is loved and supported and guided, cherished and protected, that they lived their joy and their bliss, that they were supported, and they achieved that vision, knowing that you too have that ability now, that you're connected to this timeline, to this energy. And we invite and bring that back here now in this moment as you breathe into your heart. Let go with a ha, letting the energy flow down to the feet, down to the ground. Energy breathing into the heart once again, remembering that smile. And letting go with ha. Move the body a little bit, just slightly, maybe turning the head a little bit, wiggling the fingers, allowing yourself to slowly come back. And when you're ready, you slowly open your eyes, and then just look wherever you're at in your room, your space. So allow your eyes to kind of wander around the room, just taking it all in. And I invite you in this moment as you do that to know that you are abundant, that this evidence of abundance is all around you. Look at how much is around you, whether it's the wood of the building you're in, whether it's all the items you have around you, whether it's the oxygen, the breath, the wind that's around you in this moment. How much is here? Because it's the energy, it's the connection to that you are abundant, that you have so many things. And the more we appreciate that, the more we see that, the more comes. We may judge the things we have, or, oh, I got too much junk, or I got too much this, but that's the abundance. And the rest is choice. And so also in this moment, something I like to do as we come back is to acknowledge the time we're in. So it is September 2nd. We have a Virgo new moon. Pluto just went back into Capricorn, so that's a lot of fun energy to play with. Whatever city you're in, whatever neighborhood, feel that connection that you are in this time, in this space, in this reality for a reason. And that your calm, centered strength brings balance and harmony to this planet, to your neighborhood, to your community, to your island, to the continent you find yourself on. That this is the greatest gift. When you breathe and you connect to your heart and you allow yourself to feel what comes up and you love it, soon the illusions start to fade. Soon when others come to you that are upset, you no longer get as upset. You no longer need to push them away. There's a calm, there's a scene, there's a knowing. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I love you. Oh, thank you for letting me know. And if they still come and they push, it's like, oh, well, okay, goodbye. There's a calm, there's a patience, there's a knowing. And so that starts inside. The work you did today is the work that as the emotion comes up, as we see the strange dog coming towards us, that we calm, breathe, notice? Do we want to engage, or do we just calmly notice? For often we'll engage, we'll run, we'll try to throw some meat to the dog, whatever it is, but just be the witness of it. Be curious about it. And as you do that, the dog calms down. The emotion starts to shift, or it's the mental body that's having the reaction to the emotions. We run a lot of our emotions through the mental body, trying to manage it, control it. But if we just calm, breathe, and feel, it starts to dissipate. It starts to flow like the water it is. And you see this with animals. Some people that are intense, very fast moving. Dogs have a hard time with it. Sharks too in the water. You're scared, you're moving fast, freaking out. It's not good. But when we calm down and relax, they lose interest. So same in our reality in this time we're in is a lot of illusions, a lot of confrontations, and we have the ability to help be the stable, loving presence amongst all that. So that's my invitation for you all, is really to see how powerful you are and see how great the work is that you're doing by just showing up and acknowledging and loving yourself, and how that helps everybody. And to make this time today to do this is so powerful. It's just make that time to breathe, to feel, to love yourself. And Virgo, with this Virgo energy, I don't know if any of you are Virgos or not, but a lot of us have it in our chart, is there's a tendency to want to help everyone else and to give a lot of ourselves. And then we feel depleted and we don't have any left for us. And so what we're going to do, what we did today, is be selfish and treat and do what you do for others for yourself. And then you will naturally do that stuff anyway for everyone else, because your cup is full and it'll overflow. So I thank you all for being here. I do want to pull a couple cards, actually. Let me see what comes through. As customary on these calls, I always pull a couple cards. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck, which is the traditional tarot that most people use. A lot of times I use oracle cards, but I'm feeling the tarot today. So let's see. First card I'll pull is a confirmation for the work we did today, or the play, which is a better way to describe it. So I got the Queen of Cups reversed. And so with this card, it's like somebody that hasn't really embodied their emotional connection and ability to utilize the flow of the emotions and speak from it in an empowered way. And so for us, how I see that is we're working with that energy of really connecting to the emotion and allowing it to flow. And the more we do that, the more we'll be able to speak and interact with the world. So how I interpret this is right now, it's like less talking, more feeling and trusting what comes up versus needing to express it to others. So this is what I mean by being selfish, is a lot of us want to run out and help and offer support and advice, especially to family. We just will do that, not even meaning to. And my invitation with this card is to really just stay within and allow yourself to process what comes up and feel that, versus trying to create dominion and help others that are going through their emotion. That as we do it, as we feel them, it's going to help them too. And you may naturally say something, but really what I get from this is there's nothing you need to say or do. Like right now, it's about, can I feel what's going on for me and take that time? And then when I'm ready, I'll be able to have my queen upright and she'll speak and know what needs to be said. And then for the energy of the next week, let's see what needs to come through. I'm going to pull two for this. Got the Six of Pentacles. It's a great card of, like, as I was saying, like, we want to run out and give and help people. And so this is really what it's ultimately going to do. It seems counterintuitive that as you do that, as you focus on yourself and really just focus on your inner work rather than giving to others, you are giving it to them. It's like you're given that mana from heaven, that prana from heaven, that energy because it's going to be your field of energy that they're going to feel, and it's going to come out to them. Because right after that, I got the moon, and the moon is the emotions. It's a card that not everyone likes because it's the subconscious. It's the moon. It's the things that come out of the deep abyss and things from childhood and stuff that maybe we don't want to feel. But that's what allows us to create in the world, is as we address these things that are dark and scary, we start to come into balance, and ultimately beyond these pillars is the sun and the bliss and the excitement and all the things that we wanted to experience as children. And it's just letting go of the things that we used from those experiences to protect us. And that's the illusions, like I'm not good enough, I'm bad, nobody loves me, nobody's there for me. Like these are all the illusions that we took on from childhood based on our experiences, when that's the furthest thing from the truth, that we are beloved and a child of God, and we had those experiences, no matter how hard they were, for our growth, for our ability to overcome, and for often our times, especially with you guys here today, is to help heal the collective wound from my lineage. Like this is what's been going on in my lineage for, hundreds of years perhaps, and then it stops with us as we do this work. It helps our family members that are already incarnated, and it helps the ones that'll be born after this. And that's the great time and change and transformation we're in now. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to end the recording now. And then for you guys that are on the call, I'll see if there's anything you guys want to process or work through or share. Okay, thank you.